if an entire family watch it on one account with multiple profiles or at once, they pay the $7 or $9.99 per month and they have it. Whereas if you go to the cinema with 4 or 5 people, that's like 40 or 50 pounds or dollars. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Off Topic. And today, again, like the last one, we actually have nothing to talk about for once. Ollie's with me as usual.
Hello, guys. Sorry.
Why?
It just doesn't fucking work.
For a start, the light is like bright white. So if anything, you have the shiniest teeth on the planet for this, this one. So yeah, welcome to Off Topic. Yes, I can speak. Welcome to Off Topic.
Blown his cover. He's a fucking robot.
Fuck! Run! But yeah, I don't know what we're talking. Well, we'll be doing Snake Eyes.
Your teeth do look very like robust and robotic.
Thank you.
They look like they've been like It looks like someone's like engineered.
Well, yes, they do look engineered purely because I've had a Captain America shield in my gob.
Smacked in his face. Yeah.
That is the link to that episode.
Patrick, I've told you not to eat metal. The next clue is a robot.
God. But yeah, we're most likely going to be reviewing Snake Eyes this week. I think it comes out. So, or it has come out. Like tickets available. I think,
well,
providing it's out by Friday. Is it already out?
I had to do a screen unlimited. There was an unlimited screening of it. I had to do a screen check for it. From what I did see, it looks really good.
Cool.
Just from that one scene. But yeah, I walked in at a good time. I also walked in on Deep Breathe 2. I really wish I didn't, because that was a bit intense for the scene that I did walk in on. Yeah. But anyone who knows and likes those films, let's just say this one's probably better than the first one, from what I've heard. So, if you like that, go check it out.
There we go.
In cinemas, please, not online piracy.
Unless it's on demand.
Yeah, unless it's on demand. Yeah.
But we're going to be, reviewing Snake Eyes on Friday, hopefully. And what else is we're getting closer and closer. I am so pumped for No Time to Die now. Like we're like just over a month, I think, and every day is like
so posh.
I link down below to a like sort of. Hopefully it's on YouTube anyway. You'll find out if there is a link down there. If it was on YouTube, to the costume designer talking about the Safin, the main antagonist, the main villain, played by Rami Malek. The costume designer sort of talking about why he has that specific mask, and it's amazing. It's fucking sick. But that comes out in. I'm gonna find out the UK release date. No Time, if I can spell No Time to Die. It's been pushed back 30th of September. So yeah, literally a month and like just under 2 weeks. So fuck yeah, that'll be cool. What else have we got?
We've got Shang-Chi, which comes out. It's pronounced Shang-Chi. I found out. I believe it is. Anyway, still, it's not Shang-Chi. I know that for sure. That's coming out on the 3rd of September. Found out that's in cinemas for 45 days before it'll go straight to Premier Access on disneyplus.
Yeah.
So therefore, you'd still have to pay for it through that. I'm guessing that's not conflicting though, because then at least it's in cinemas for about a month or more. So you would have gained the vast majority of the revenue from that by that point anyway, because then it starts to die down and it comes out out of cinemas by that point anyway. And then in like 3 months from the release, it's on DVD anyway. Usually. Well, these days it's like, on demand or whatever, but like, I still think of it as it comes out on DVD like 3 to 4 months after its release, depending on how big the film is and how well it's done and
But it's I mean, there was like the issue. It's ongoing still, but like the issue with Black Widow and Scarlett Johansson's like the whole controversy with that and the lawsuit. That
Disney and Marvel have officially cut ties with her, and now DC Warner Brothers are looking at her to play Poison Ivy in future DCEU projects, or just DC projects in general going forward, in films with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. So if you guys are interested in seeing something like that, let us know down in the comments. I wouldn't say no to that. I think Poison Ivy is quite an interesting character. Of course, I'm not big on DC, but anything Batman or Batman antagonist related or Nightwing, I'm game for all of that.
Yeah.
Love Batman. Love Batman, DC.
That'll be sick, yeah, if that happens. I mean, well, yeah. So, do you love Batman enough for the new one? That's the question. Like, how?
I mean, the trailer for the new one looks amazing. Yeah, I'm not like crazy about it. Like,
you're not
I'm not
Endgame for it.
I'm not like I'm not gonna lose any sleep thinking, oh, I'm, why is it being delayed, sort of thing, like, or anything like that. If it does, again, but like the whole like media push here and there, and then like you have people talking about it, and then you have people not talking about it for a while, and like the little spits of trailers and promotional footage and teaser posters and things, like, we've had a long build up for it. Like literally our third week's video was on Batman, wasn't it, on the new one? I believe that's coming out, and it's still not even out yet. I don't even know when it is coming out now. Like
March.
That's how uncrazy I am about it, but I still love Batman.
Well, it's going to be so different. Such a different take on Gotham City and just Batman in general. So,
and it's not canon to it's not canon to the DCEU.
No.
Not because Ben Affleck's not playing him, just because the studios behind it have just been like, no, we're taking our own direction on this, like the way they did with Joker. I don't know if it's like meant to be set in the future of the timeline to when Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was set, but someone said to me that it wasn't. So I don't know.
Who knows?
We'll see, I guess.
It's all like, well, here's the thing: is a lot of DC stuff is like one of the main differences between, like, I noticed between, unless I just don't watch enough news, but like DC, EU, and the MCU, typically a lot of Marvel is all about connections, obviously. So like, is this in a similar like canon to that, or is this in that? Obviously, like most of Marvel's in the same universe, but like with this Batman film, and obviously questions are asked about like you said, is this connected to Joker at all, or like it's in the same universe as like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker? But there's a lot of just the unanswered questions are like the great ambiguity of a lot of DC films. Like Joker, like, I mean, that is now there is a like Joker sequel or prequel in the works, but that was only like literally now like over a year after the release of like the original Joker. So but I just love the ambiguity of a lot of these things. Like, you get theories, but you don't necessarily get answers, and that's just, for me, it's what it's like the engagement of just like keeping you there and captivating an audience long enough to, like, if there is a second one and it's going to be any good, cool, awesome. It's nice to know. Like, it's a bit like the original, like I say, the original Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight. It was so different because it was so unique, and it was just Heath Ledger's new take on the Joker in the Dark Knight trilogy. But it was only in the last few years it properly surfaced this news. Well, it was only a couple of years after it came out, I think, the news actually released, but it only really properly reached like public domain of the internet that his character in some ways basically based on a veteran, which is like an army veteran, which is like why Heath Ledger's Joker is the way he is compared to other Jokers, which is an interesting way to go about it anyway, at least for like Nolan's version of the Joker. But there's so many Jokers now, it's like really cool to have each interpretation of him. And I mean, like Joaquin Phoenix's version of the Joker is just it nuts, which is what made it such a nuts film. But yeah, Joker's so good, and DC is just like, because I'm not even a necessarily DC or Marvel fan. It's just I more so follow DC, but like we said in the Infinity War and Endgame videos, I love both of those. They're both good. Which one did I say I love? I think I love Infinity War more than Endgame. What's yours again?
Mine was Infinity War, just because of the take on the ending was so different to what you'd expect from the sort of cliche superhero movie.
Yeah.
And also because, like, me personally, like, I'm not convinced something's happening until I see it on TV. Like, I don't believe internet very much. Like, I'm like, if someone says, "Oh, the Russo brothers are developing Avengers 4," I'll believe it when I see it on something that isn't the internet.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't matter if it like someone who's officially like Kevin Feige or Kevin Feige's face is saying it. For all I know, someone could have like put a mask on and it just sounds or looks just like him. Like, you know that video of Boris Johnson where he's like, "Bloody rapscallions." He chases that like car. It's obviously not him, but it looks just like him to a point where I was convinced for a while it was him. So
yeah,
you know, this is the problem with the internet. People can just do. I might sound like a grandpa a little bit with my attitude towards it, but like, you know, I don't believe it until I'm looking at it on television, I'm hearing it on the radio, or it's on a cinema screen. That's when I believe it. That's when I know it's real.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's literally just, I sounded like a helium then. It's just stone cold proof of just, this is like, when you see it or hear it, that's like, I mean, you can technically not believe there's a Joker sequel in the works or prequel, but when we get the script from like Todd Phillips on Instagram, or when we actually get a trailer, or like, I don't know, Joaquin Phoenix on Instagram, that's like the first bit of proof, but then it's just, we don't know until then. I mean, but that's in the works anyway.
But the point I was making with that is just the whole idea that when I saw Infinity War, because it's been 10 years and 10-year celebration since the release of the first MCU film being Iron Man, and just everything they've been doing up to that point, that could have just been the end of it. For all we know, that could have literally just been what they've been building up to for 10 years, just Thanos wiping out half the universe, and that's it. You know, and everyone's left is everyone who's left, and then whatever happens after that, we'll never know. And then it just ends. And then it's like the only inkling you get at the start is the idea that you know that they can't just necessarily leave it like that. And also just because they say Thanos will return. So you know that there's more projects down the line. And obviously you've heard like on the internet that they're making Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel and Avengers 4, and at the time obviously, which was Endgame. You know, so you've got this idea in your head and you're excited, but again, I don't believe it until like, even when I see trailers, like when I see trailers, it's like, okay, this feels real. So I've got my hopes high, but again, like that's the point where I'm pinching myself until I finally wake up with the pain.
Yeah.
When I see it on like TV and I'm like, okay, yes, this is legit. This is not faked. This is not a bunch of bollocks. Those are official YouTube channels. And then I can look at that channel and finally believe it.
Yeah.
And so therefore I'm now in a mindset where I do believe it, but I still am very skeptical about it because I just want to make sure that the channels are not hacked. They're not, you know, like the official Marvel Entertainment and Sony Pictures Entertainment YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Are not like, you know, hacked or screwed over by other companies or just people that work within the company, and they're releasing stuff they shouldn't too soon or not at all unnecessarily, and it's coming out and hopes are high and whatnot. I believe it all when I see it just somewhere that isn't really the internet. That's when I truly momentarily believe it. Like even concept art to me could just be something put together by a fan. That's why I'm only partially convinced about the Spider-Man No Way Home concept art.
There's basically no official stuff yet, is there? There's like basically nothing.
No, it's really pissing me off, and it's pissing off a lot of fans now. And it's like, well, the reason they're holding back a trailer is either because one, they still haven't developed one, which is really bad marketing considering the film is meant to come out December 17th, or they have made the trailer, they're just hesitant to release it because of all the delays, which makes the most sense, but Sony's stupid, so they'll have the non-logical excuse as to why they don't do something.
Well, I think, wasn't there a thing about like, I think I got this through you, you told me, or I was listening to something that you were listening to on a call.
Well, I know
you might have even mentioned this. Yeah, because
Venom Let There Be Carnage has been delayed by 3 weeks.
Yeah, that was it.
Which doesn't actually necessarily affect. I think it was meant to come out in September, October time. We're advertising it in our cinema, but weirdly, we're using the old trailer that came out like maybe like 3-4 months ago.
Right.
Now, rather than the brand new trailer that's just come out like a couple of weeks back. which is weird. I would have thought we would have used the new trailer. I don't know why we're using the old one, but that doesn't really matter anyway. The point being is that the trailer is in cinemas now, slated to come out when it was originally meant to. So now audiences are going to be convinced that it's coming out 3 weeks earlier than it is.
Yeah.
Which is the same problem with Fast and Furious, but I'm guessing a lot of people that come to the cinema will check the website to see what's on. Well, and then they'll just be like, oh, do you guys want to go see a film today? Yeah, let's get out the house. It's August. Why not? It's summer. It's a weekend. Right. Any other week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Why not? So the website's usually up to date for our cinemas, so it's all good. But yeah, like the posters and the trailers aren't very convincing though. But if it's delayed by 3 weeks, I think that means it will probably end up coming out in like October time. And then Spider-Man's still not meant to come out until December. But I know Sony's like prioritizing Venom. But I just heard last night that they're moving some of their films to streaming that are new coming out. With the Hotel Transylvania, the new Hotel Transylvania film that's meant to be coming out whenever, that's now going to streaming on Amazon.
Okay.
And now everyone's thinking that they're going to do the same thing for their bigger, more popular projects, like obviously Venom and Spider-Man being the top two that, everyone really gives a shit about. So, like,
that's interesting.
I feel like it would lose them money, which is obviously the logical reason as to why they prefer it to be cinematic releases.
Well, here's the thing with because you can kind of see that, if you distribute something through cinemas, theatrical distribution, you lose you only lose money in technically like if whichever cinemas require like the physical transportation of hard drives and drives to be able to send the films to each cinema with, whereas a lot of them now they literally just do like transfer between like a network, I think, and they just basically download it for like a encrypted specific amount of time. So this reason is slowly going, but I think it's still more costly for a cinema than it is just for like anything to release on Disney Plus, and they've only got to pay for like their own servers to upload, say, I don't know, whatever it is, What If episodes to Disney Plus, and it costs them what it costs them, and there's no like external cost to distribution. So in some ways they do lose money, but because they're just, it's only like recurring customers that are paying for each month of usage, like membership on, say, like Disney Plus or Netflix or whatever. But at the same time, they are losing money if they do go to the cinema because they've got the external costs. But I mean, most of the time you end up going to the cinema to like spend more.
Well, either way, it sounds like either way they're going to lose money, aren't they? So
either way, you do lose money.
The best way to do it is to do it in a way that still gets your film out and probably would still get you a decent amount of money. Plus, like with things with Disney Plus, for instance, you'd be losing more money as a customer to pay for like $20.99 or $19.99 or however much it is pounds wise. I'm guessing it's converted to roughly the same price in dollars or euros or whatever for people that have it internationally. For Black Widow on Disney Plus, then the average at our cinema, $9.99 adult ticket, $7.99 student ticket, $5.99 child ticket, I believe. And obviously, what's the senior one? I think the senior one's like.
Is this for Disney Plus or you're on about cinema?
I'm talking about cinema tickets at the cinema.
The tickets
comparing
are
it
like
to Disney Plus prices.
The adult is like 12 or 11.
No, the adult is $9.99 and the student is $7.99. I think the child is $5.99. I can't remember what the other one. There's a pensioner one as well, but I can't remember what that one is.
There's a student one as well.
Yeah, the student one's $7.99.
Yeah. But
yeah, like individual tickets and prices compared to that. The only problem is, again, with streaming is that you're going to have a shared account. So therefore, you're only paying the one price once, but it is still a bit of a price, and it would clash over the amount of.
And again, this is why that's probably the only reason you lose money with online streaming, because if an entire family of 3 or 4 or 5 or however many, they can just watch it on one account with multiple profiles all at once. So they pay the $7 or $9.99 per month, and they have it. Whereas if you go to the cinema with 4 or 5 people, that's like 40, 50 pounds or dollars.
They pay, depending on their like deal, whether they're a student, so they get it for like $5.99, or if they're just paying the full price, which is like somewhere between £7 to £11.99 or something for Disney Plus, just as the subscribing to the service, then paying for the premiere access for about $19 to $20.99. And this is the one time that they've paid for that. And then only to have it for free by that point anyway, and they still won't be refunded the money because they paid to watch it sooner, which people do because people are stupid, and they're not patient. But yeah, but I understand it though. I'd want to see it desperately as soon as possible, so I probably would have done the same thing. You're gonna, like, for instance, I share Disney Plus with my mum, my sister, and her boyfriend. So we have and her boyfriend's father, I think. And so we've got like 3 different like profiles on there. So I don't know. That's the thing as well. If one person gets it on one of the profiles, does that then become reverse compatible on all profiles? I'm guessing it does. Or do you have to purchase it individually on each specific profile?
What, for when you're
doing Premier Access and you want to buy a film on Premier Access? I'm assuming it would be reverse.
I think it's synced across all accounts, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm assuming it would go across all accounts because you're only whoever's the owner of the actual physical account to begin with before you add the profiles. It's only going out of one person's thing, and obviously that person's card that it's linked to will be what pays for the Premier Access. So I'm assuming, therefore, it would not only go on their profiles, considering they pay for it, but therefore it would go on the other profiles as well.
Yeah.
So yes, I suppose I've answered my. Like you said the other day, you think about how other people think about stuff. Use the logic. Yeah. There we go.
It's Disney Premium Access per user. That's the best way to. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm done with asking Google questions because it's like talking to Siri or Alexa, and it doesn't know. You have to ask very specific. You ask very specific questions, very specific ways to get the answer, and even then they're still confused.
I think it is the one account, but
the one account, but all the profiles, yeah.
But
all the profiles on that account.
Yeah, I believe so, but don't quote us. I can't find any legitimate information in official sources. But,
if we do find something before the finished post-production of this episode, we will link it in the description. If we find something.
But well, as far as I know, I think if you get premium access for your Disney Plus account, that is the account, and all of the profiles. Obviously Disney know how many profiles you have, but I don't think they know enough to care about if every single user is using the premium access. It's just they know that it's 2 to 3 accounts worth of cost anyway, in value. So because if an account is 9, it's at least 2 accounts worth of value depending on who's how much you're paying for. But yeah, that in that sense, that's why they have to include premium access for things that are going to be premium access premiere, because obviously I don't know why I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's that's the only way they lose money is if you've got 20 people sat in front of a screen watching Disney Premium Access, that's saving 20 people a lot of money.
You might as well be paying £1 for one customer.
Basically, yeah. Whereas if 20
to get
people,
your money's worth.
If 3 families of 4 or 5 families of 20 people go to a cinema, it's literally 30 to 50 pounds or dollars each. So it gets quite pricey. But here's a bit of a.
It's not. I understand the whole thing of it because it's not something you can control.
No, you know.
At all. So yeah, I completely.
Here's the sneaky thing. Technically, this is technically illegal, but I wonder who has ever charged their friends' families and family friends, they do a projector in their garden or some crap, and they just do premium access for a show. I wonder if they've charged people, because if they got 50 people to come in their back garden, I bet people have done that, but again, not going to call someone out. Not like know anyone that has ever done that.
Someone's probably done something like that. It's almost
bound to happen. Like someone is going to like Village Fate or some crap.
I doubt Village Fate would have done that.
The modern home cinema Village Fate, but
well, that's technically copyright, isn't it? Because then you're getting money to show off something that isn't yours.
Well, it's not
kind of what a cinema does, but obviously cinema have the distribution rights because that's what the films are for. So
it isn't copyright, but it's basically like you're not allowed to.
Well,
it's illegal to make money off of what
profit. You're getting profit of something you don't own.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though even though you're not like you're not saying it's your own. It's technically
because it's like going to
it's piracy.
Yeah,
piracy.
It's like going to it's like going to anywhere, buying a Blu-ray, and then charging people to come and watch it. To like make a profit or break even. You just like, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. If not, it's a grey area that you shouldn't do.
It's not a scenario I've ever thought of, but yeah, it does sound plausible.
Well, like, yeah, imagine going to a store, or like going on Amazon, buying a show for like $9.99, and then you get like 3 families over that over the course of like 2 weeks.
Charge someone £5 per episode,
literally,
for watching it. Fucking hell, you'd be rich in a day.
But that's
you got through it all.
Yeah.
Imagine doing a Friends marathon. You have to pay like a certain price to watch. You have to pay like £5 to watch each individual episode, and about £10 per season as well. So you'd be paying £15.
Well, an additional cost per season as well.
Yeah, additional cost. So like, right, what are we watching today, guys? So we're watching season 1, White. Yeah, so thank you, £10 per the season. Right, episode 1. Okay, so that's £2 to watch the episode 1 of that season as well. Right, so that's £12. Right, you've paid £12, so you get the season and the episode. Right, so season 1.
Hold on.
1.
So
here we go.
Just to be clear, they pay £10 to watch,
but they have to
to just have access to the season. They have access to the season,
but they have to pay an additional price to watch the episode.
So they don't actually pay £10 for anything. No. The £10 is nothing. It's going towards like an entry fee that you then can't actually like ask them to press play.
But then you get the old Karen who comes up and says, "Oh, but I don't understand why I have to pay for that, because surely I've got access to it, so I can now just watch all of it."
Annoyingly, in that situation, yes, you've got a point.
This is how con artists make their money. By saying you have to pay for some. Yeah, exactly.
Literally selling something they can't do.
This is how people breathe. They make money by
this
doing
is how you breathe.
Scams.
We're gonna help you how you breathe. Only $9.97 a month.
We're not experts, by the way, hence why we're using these shit depictions. But yeah.
But that's pretty funny.
God, imagine that though. Fucking hell.
Well, it's sadly what some people do. Not what I'm guessing, not charging people to watch their films.
The police will turn up at your house at the end of once this video comes out, like within hours after. Be like, how do you know about these things? Who are you? Do you do this? You live in a posh house, like you could probably afford a house like this if you did that.
Yeah, if I lived alone, sure. But yeah. So we're not just don't spend a couple of minutes literally saying nothing.
Just so you can find a way for it to flow better.
Well, yeah, because otherwise it is literally just a minute of nothing. But yeah, it should be Snake Eyes this Friday, and I don't know what we're doing afterwards. I don't know what we've got the What If episodes at the moment.
Yeah, so episode 2 of that will be coming out tomorrow. So it's about T'Challa and how he became Star-Lord. For those who've been following the trailers and promotion art. If you didn't know that was a thing, then I'm sorry I spoiled that for you. But why are you watching these? Because we're going to talk about that sort of stuff because we're big on it. Well, me more than Pipster over here. But yeah.
But they are actually, from a non-Marvel fan, they are enjoyable.
The animation still hasn't grown on me. I know. I just heard this morning that the first episode is not done very well.
Really? Oh, I liked it.
It's not critically. It's not done. Critically, It's not done very well.
Fair enough.
I don't know what's like.
Wonder what's going to happen with the second one, because I'm
guessing Rotten Tomatoes. I feel like this one will do great because it's Chadwick.
Yeah, but some critics are just
because it's like, Chadwick.
But yeah, it should do.
And obviously, he passed away last year, so relevance and shit. Like that'll be why people like it, and because Star-Lord is like an interesting character, and I like this take on it as well. I like his outfit as Star-Lord, like purple Ravager outfit. Kind of looks awesome. Not gonna lie.
But there we go. I think we're actually normally when we don't have any topics for the off topic, ironic enough, we go about this long. So yeah, if you
kind of an off topic, kind of not, but it comes under the category still. Off topic Tuesday from now on, because we seem to be really busy on Mondays. So it's the second week in a row. It'll be a Tuesday thing. So yeah, off topic Tuesdays. What do you think, guys? Do you like it? Do you think it's a bunch of shit? Do you not care about it? Who knows? Let us know in the comments. It's the only way we'll know. Or if you're friends with us personally, tell us to our face. Tell us our podcasts are a bunch of shit and you're wasting your time. Like, yeah.
That's one way. So
yeah,
let us know. And we'll be back tomorrow for What If episode 2. And with any luck, we should be doing Snake Eyes on Friday or Saturday, depending on how busy we are. But other than that, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Boom.
Oh, fuck, what recorded?
Keep that in.